if my parents would not have accepted me and given me the love, I would not be on the billboard, I would be below it, begging. So see the dichotomy of when your parents give you that love, you could either be on that or below it, selling yourself for a meal. You see, a lot of my sisters you'll see around Mumbai, they'll stand under those billboards. You think they are not capable of being there? NamaSLAY.
We have you at such a pivotal time, Sushant. So very, very eager to know your thoughts. We are currently in the midst of a very much spoken about verdict in the Supreme Court. It is to legalize same-sex marriage. So we have to begin with that question with you. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think, first of all, thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah. We have forgotten pleasantries. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
It's been a while. Like, we've been back and forth a couple of times and now finally it's happening.
Yes. And thank you. And we keep meeting at these forums. And, you know, we keep meeting the humans of Bombay.
They are obsessed
family.
with you. Yeah, they are obsessed with you. Anything happens, so we want Sushant. Then I'm like, yeah, they must be like, nahi karna.
Yeah. And first of all, he, she, they, I'm okay with any pronouns.
Okay.
I just think that if your intention is good to address a person with respect.
The way they want to be addressed.
Yes, and the way they want to be addressed with the pronouns. I just think that a lot of people are like, kya hai ye, they, them, ye, matlab kuch bhi hai, wrong English hai, ye.
Yeah.
You know, you can either be he or she. But I'm just like, but who told you that you can tell me who I should be?
Exactly.
So it's about that. And I think that also the scenario right now at the Supreme Court with the same-sex marriages, or, you know, when you talk about, let's not say same-sex marriages, let's say equal marriages.
Correct.
I think that my stance on it will always remain that I live in a democracy. Constitutional morality will always supersede popular morality on the street. Because you're a democracy. So you may like something or you may not like something, but I am promised freedom. Freedom of choice, freedom of who I should love. And a couple of years back, 2018, is when we made the right to privacy a fundamental right. Yeah. So it is my right whether I'm married to someone, whether I'm living in with someone, whether I'm, you know, living in partnership or a civil union, you can call it whatever you want to call it. But I think that if somebody wants to, personally, I don't want to get married only.
Right.
Okay, but there are many people like me, but why are you going to not give me that option at all?
Yeah. Let me exercise the option the way I want to.
Right. I should have and enjoy the same rights in a democracy, in an equal society, if we say it, then it should not just be on paper.
Correct.
It should be in function.
Yeah.
And I think that when, for example, you'll see a lot of people, now whether they are male, female, transgender, it doesn't matter. They are asking you to give them that, to leave that option open. When they want to do it, they'll do it. When they don't, if they don't want to do it, they won't do it. But the fact that you have closed that for them and said that no, we are going to be the moral police and say that this is not allowed. Why?
In your expression.
In your expression, yes, exactly. Yeah. And anyone's expression, if curbed, is going to cause a revolution. And it's not like we want to wake up and become activists.
Yeah.
You know, I want to wake up
and be me.
Go to shoot or do some productive work, no?
Yeah.
We are activists only so long as people are a-holes to us.
Correct.
You know, like we don't have to go out there and naare hame bhi nahi lagane. You know, they'll just be like, oh my God, what is this? And we don't understand. You don't have to understand me.
Yeah.
You have to respect me. And these are two very different things. I don't understand everything. I might not understand why you chose to wear this beautiful top, you know, if I don't have any sense of fashion or I don't understand aesthetic. You know, I will not understand why you chose to go that light on your hair when you're already, you know, fair-skinned. If I don't understand that, that's your choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing is that I respect it. I don't have to understand everything that happens around me. It's impossible.
Right.
But you respect it from a distance. I'm not telling you sit on my lap and you know, let's have a conversation. No. But I just think that I think we've come to a point where We need to understand that we need to respect. Now, I'm not sitting like that and hugging you and talking to you. There has to be a sense of space.
Correct.
I don't want people in my house all the time, all day, every day. But you respect what happens in my house.
Correct.
And I don't have to wash my linen in public.
Yeah.
It's just that.
And there's obviously a dichotomy, because if you're a democracy, you have to allow for that expression. So I think that it's not about activism, it's just about standing up for what's right.
After so long, someone has used dichotomy apart from me. I love
it.
Which
is
very
word.
dichotomous. It's very dichotomous.
Yeah.
That if you say that you're in a democracy and you're fighting for equal rights.
Yeah. I mean, it's so like, wow.
It's going back to, default settings.
The definition, like what is dichotomy?
Simon has come back.
Yeah. Yeah. But growing up in Bandra, you went to an all-boys school. You obviously found your way along. Did you ever think that we would even be here, where we would be discussing this topic in India
in my
today?
New home?
In your new home. Did you ever think that this was possible?
No, I'll honestly tell you, like my parents are very God-fearing, middle class, hard-working, Konkani, Maharashtra, grown up in Maharashtra, Mumbai, and Bombay back then.
Wow.
And
we're still humans of Bombay.
Yes,
we've not evolved from that time.
Absolutely. And the thing is that, of course, I had a thing in my head that, I have to do something in life that affects positively a larger cause or a larger group of people. Now, I had never thought that, that boy in an all-boys school, and I was in an Arya Samaj school.
Yeah.
You would think that they're like this most orthodox and stuff. And we were grounded, literally and figuratively, grounded ever since we were, in school. And in our school, you had like really rich kids that, were there. And then there was also us who were middle class children. And but our parents made sure that we got the best education.
Right.
And that allowed me to express, and when you learn and study about society, sociology, psychology, and all of these subjects, they're really a mirror to the society. And the fact that society will always perpetually change, keep changing, evolve.
Correct.
And I think that that's what happened to me. That evolution happened with me first.
Yeah.
And therefore, I could, put it out there in the world and say that if you say that society evolves and we, with our thought processes, stagnate, then it's causing harm to us only.
Exactly.
Because everything around you has changed except you.
Yeah.
So the transition from that to this was only, I think, normal and natural to me. Because I think it was like, how the caterpillar blossoms into a butterfly.
Yeah.
I was a caterpillar for very long. And I said that, I was in a closet for too long and I felt too claustrophobic. And then when I kicked open the door, I think
it was a force.
Cannot be fixed again. Yeah.
What was your childhood like? Can you tell us a little bit? I know you've spoken about it with us only on Humans of Bombay before. But just for people who are listening, right? This caterpillar phase, can you talk about what it was like?
It was a very beautiful caterpillar phase.
Okay.
Usually when people say that, let's skip to the good part, I just think that I had already was born only with the good part.
Yeah.
Because I had wonderful parents.
Right.
And I think that any person, regardless of where you're from, like whether you're from here or there or anywhere, if you have your parents with you, if you have their support, you may not have money, may not have success. But I think the biggest success is looking at your parents smile and be proud of you.
Yeah.
And I think that was something we were inculcated with. My brother and I, we were not ever distinguished because of our orientation or gender. Now, a lot of people will be like, in the comment section will also be like, what is this? Like, be a man or be a woman. You be a man.
Yeah. You do what
I
you
don't
do.
want to be.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
What can I do?
Yeah.
How do you explain a 4-octave vocal range? Like, I did not do anything. No, I can sing a Sunidhi song, but I can also sing a Kishore Kumar song. Is that my fault? Like, are you going to tell me that everybody should be a man and a woman?
Yeah.
Then every man should be look like Hrithik Roshan. आप हमारे भी आंखें सेकने दो फिर. आप जैसे दिखते हो, आपको इतनी कॉन्फिडेंस होती है, जैसे आप दिख के आप चले आते हो हमारी आंखों को परेशान करने.
I just imagine a world with Hrithik Roshan, and I was like,
you know,
we can.
So then you be kind to us also.
Yeah.
Don't be absurd, na? And go and do your job. Go to work. Put your phone down. Go to work.
Like do
Listen to the
something.
good part. Skip to the good part. And let us also skip your comments. It's rubbish comments.
I love how you are attacking the comments before the episode.
I'm telling you, I'm to know because there will be ना. अभी मदर टेरेसा को भी भगवान को गाली देते हैं भैया. जिनको देखा ही नहीं आपने. Imagine it is a faith. आप उनको भी गाली दे सकते हैं. तो हम तो इंसान हैं. हमको तो दोगे ही दोगे. बट अच्छी वाली गालियां दो ना, और जेंडर स्पेसिफिक गालियां दो. है ना? तो मुझे लगेगी तुम ऐसे हवा में कुछ बोल दोगे तो हम क्या पकड़ेंगे क्या?
It's not even relevant to me.
बकवास. Pay your taxes and vote and educate yourself. These are things that ये सब नहीं लिखते.
So let's talk a little bit more about your parents.
Yes.
You know, because it's such a important topic for so many maybe young boys, girls who are not having that courage to come out. Did your parents recognize it in you before you recognized it in yourself?
You know, I'll tell you one thing. I know a lot of my trans sisters who are, and I'll tell you about the transgender community a little bit before we go to parents, because they are also parents to children who don't have that parent support, right? The Hijra community, the Kinnar Samaj. So in our country, I think the Hijra community is the oldest transgender community in the world.
Correct.
Okay, in that, now what happens is we're not born transgender. Okay, you choose to, you know, when you realize that you're born in the wrong body, for example, your soul is that of the opposite, you know. But the thing is that this is it's a very beautiful institution, the Hijras, the Hijras and the Kinnar Samaj. It's about a Guru Shishya Parampara. It's like the Guru Chela. You know, it's like the teacher and the student relationship. But that also becomes your mother. And that is not teacher only in terms of what they'll teach you in a book, but life lessons. And I think that what I was lucky to have is that my parents gave me that love at home. My parents became my gurus.
Yeah.
You know, they could have chosen to be just parents and be like, you know, overcompensate by saying that, you know, हम इतना कमा रहे हैं तो हम time नहीं देंगे हमारे बच्चों को, पैसा दे देंगे, you take this gadget, you buy this. You know how parents overcompensate and
sometimes
take them out for, you know, vacations and not be emotionally involved with the kid, with the child. A lot of parents are not emotionally involved or intellectually involved with their child. So the conversations are very shallow when you see at, you know, in some families.
Like they don't go deep.
It's not. And then what happens is that you know for a fact that there is a disconnect. And then that's also the root cause, as a psychologist, a root cause of a lot of issues when the child becomes an adult. So, and then failed relationships, whether they are, you know, romantic or just friendly also, social relationships. My thing was that my parents inculcated in me a value where family values are above everything. So, and who you choose as family also. In the queer community, we have the power to choose our families. So I have more than 250 children. Now, when I say that, they'll be like, क्या है? Again, क्या है बकवास? But बकवास हमने नहीं किया है. बकवास उन जो औरत और मर्दों ने किया है जिन्होंने अपने बच्चों को किन्नर होने के लिए या ट्रांसजेंडर होने के लिए they've thrown them on the street. फिर हम उनको उठाते हैं और मेरी जैसी माएँ बनती हैं. हमने पैदा नहीं किया, हम माँ उस वजह से बने क्योंकि हमने उनको प्यार दिया. We gave them love, we didn't give them birth. We give them love, we give them unconditional love. There's no condition to our love. And that's why that is motherhood also. And I think that is something that my mother taught me. She's also my biological mother, but she's also my mother in so many other ways. She's also my chosen mother, you know. And I think that family value she put in me and inculcated in me, that's why I'm a good mother to so many kids.
Yeah.
And then that's why my kids will be better, you know, so it's a circle.
Yeah.
So when you say vicious, it's not always a vicious circle. It could be a very beautiful circle.
Correct, correct.
So I think that we need to inculcate that
Yeah.
as a society. That's what my parents did to me.
Yeah.
And then, so when I came out to them as a trans person.
How old were you?
I came out in the lockdown.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
as a trans person. But I came out, I was out as a queer person. And I identified as part of the larger LGBT family or the rainbow family way back when I was 18 years old. That's when I came out first to my father. Then I came out again as a transgender person. I said, listen, I think it's a lie that I'm living. ये मैं किसको खुश करूं जब मैं खुद ही खुश नहीं. So I thought that, and then when I told that to my father, he's like, okay, but now I'm a little confused. It's okay, you can do whatever, like you can be whatever you want, but I'm a little confused. So what is this they them thing? You know, what is they them? And I'm like, it's an identity. Some people don't want to adhere to the binaries of gender. They believe that they may be a little bit of both or neither. So how do you identify them? If you say she, they might get offended. If you say he, they might get offended. So you say they, them, and now there are more pronouns, So a lot of people will be like, dude, this is too much for us.
To comprehend the divisions, so to speak. Yeah.
Yes. Again, you don't have to understand everything.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you're so, intolerant, for example, for having that. But my thing is, I also understand that you have your own journey. You learn when you have to learn. आज तुम में वो बड़ा ये है. When you're 80 and frail and, less toxic and you've seen life and you've met more people, you'll automatically, if you're lucky to live till you're 80, you'll see that the world is not just your pin code.
Yeah.
And you are not a tree, so please move and see the world.
Yeah.
Why you being a tree and just being there and being like, हाँ नहीं यही हमारी सोच है.
Yeah.
आप बदलो, आप सोच, क्योंकि दुनिया तो बदल रही है. The world is changing as we speak.
Yeah,
the world is changing. There's someone or the other coming up with some new antivirus, some new technology, to identify or call each other or, keep in touch.
Yeah.
And my thing is that you're still there. So who's losing?
Yeah.
So I think that we need to kind of keep evolving. And I think that, why my parents, I don't know what I was blessed with, I just think that I'm just so blessed. Touch wood, touch everything.
Yeah.
Hey, wood, velvet, whatever there is, you can see, please touch.
Yeah.
But my thing is that I just think it's crazy sometimes for me to even believe that I was born to them.
Because when you were 17, 18, that time the world was not as evolved. India was not as evolved as it is today in terms of acceptance and tolerance. Back in the day, it was novice,
Yeah.
So I agree. I think that your parents have a huge part to play in your journey of expression.
Yes, and as you said, when I came out, there was nothing, there was no conversations on television, and we didn't have social media.
Correct.
Let's start there. We didn't have smartphones. We had quirky
Nokia 1100.
I loved it. I loved that phase because it was so no nonsense. It was so straightforward. Of course, times were different back then. I just think that I want to remind people that times were different, but before colonization, before British rule and before the Mughals invaded us, we were very, very sexually free. We were very diverse. When it came to expression, when it came to living in harmony, we were there were no discrepancies between genders.
Yeah.
And we were, that's therefore held a lot of values. And these, I think somewhere down the line, I think a lot of these narrow-minded things came when we were colonized, mostly when we were colonized. And that's when 377 is not our, ये हमारे भगवानों ने पुराणों में नहीं लिखा है 377.
Yeah, like section ये डाल दो.
Section 377 हमारे आपने देखा है, गीता में लिखा है. कहाँ पे लिखा है? It's not written in any of our scriptures. It was a bad gift given to us, and we kept it for so long by the British.
Amongst many bad gifts.
Many bad gifts.
Yeah.
And I think that now we're very slowly, putting them where they belong, in the dustbin. And I think that we need to understand that as Indians, We are the richest culture in the world. And we need to respect and accept that. That is a reality.
Yeah.
Don't don't try and fight me. You lose. Eventually, because when you trace me back and my ancestors back, we are there.
Yeah.
We are there from when you cannot even imagine that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So don't try and test that.
Yeah.
Try and concentrate and live in the present. Live in the harmony. Respect nature. This is natural.
Yeah.
If you try and doubt that, what you're doing is, aap mein kitni grin, how much hate you have in you for you to sit and pinpoint, I'm living my best life in a fantastic locality. And a pin code you should try and match. And income tax you should try and pay.
Wow. That's
Concentrate
amazing.
on that.
Yeah, like match up to me there.
Thank you.
Amazing. And you've had such an interesting journey because you studied psychology and then, from there, of course, you've had a journey in between and then you were in Bigg Boss. Wow.
Oops. Did you get that reaction? Oh, you should. Because now I don't think they can first afford me. And second, I just said, no. And also the thing is not just that. It's just like I might just nominate Bigg Boss.
What are you doing?
I just be like, Bigg Boss, मेरा पहला nomination है आप.
Yeah.
और दूसरा भी, आप चले जा, आप जा सकते हैं, namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you. No thank you. So I was just like, no, yeah.
So how was it like? Let's talk about Bigg Boss. Let's talk about from there to here. And okay, let's play it out honestly. Do you think that was a very pivotal?
Yeah.
Yes.
I will say that it was because of course I was 23. I was one of the youngest contestants, like that time male contestants or queer contestants. Now if I go and I won't be the youngest anymore. But my thing is that time, but I still was sensitive and sensible enough to represent myself. See, one person cannot represent a community. You cannot represent all women.
Yeah.
You will not know the struggles of a Dalit woman who is queer. You will, it's impossible for a woman to represent all women or womanhood. But you are part of that universal set.
Correct.
You will represent yourself as part of that group, of people. In your case, women. In my case, trans people.
Yeah.
But largely, the universal set is human beings.
Yeah.
So my thing is, when I went to Bigg Boss, I realized this is a social experiment which I should not have signed up for. Only because I'm too real. And my thing is that, and I was just really genuinely concerned about how people would switch as soon as the cameras, turned away from them.
Yeah.
And when it turned to them. And some people just used to be like, वो जो circus monkeys होते हैं ना, वो start doing the tricks.
Oh my God.
And I was not that. I'm from Bandra. I'm from the fucking gutters of Bandra. I'm a middle class Marathi mulgi. And आम्ही असं बोलतो आणि as soon as you cross the tracks, you're in Bandra East, bro. You're in Kalanagar. You're there. So you're just there, like, and I'm just like, what are these people on? ये लोग क्या कर रहे हैं?
Yeah.
और इनको कौन पीने के लिए क्या नशा कर रहे हैं ये लोग? ये क्या कर क्या रहे हैं? And I used to just sit on the corner like this and just be like, what is happening?
Like how they've switched.
Yeah, I went and told Diandra one day, I said, dude, nominate me. You please nominate me. She's like, you're gone mad or what? So she's also from Bandra. I'm like, please, bro, nominate me. She's like, why? I said, I stayed for 2 months. I think I made enough money. But I need to go and spend this money on mental health. I need to go and get therapy because these people are idiots. These people are going crazy and I'm going crazy with them. And I know for a fact I'm too young to lose myself completely to something that is, but I will tell you one thing. The good part of it was, the good thing that came out of it was the fact that I was that young and I was a face that a lot of people recognized themselves or their true authentic selves with when they were 12, 13 or they were 10 years old and they saw someone like them on television.
It was great for the movement because you're seeing this person in blood and flesh in front of you.
But were they ready for somebody like me? They should have. You invested badly. because your investments really speak after 10 years. It's been a decade now.
Yeah.
This is the 10th year.
Oh my God.
It's been 10 years I was on Bigg Boss. And I don't think that like a lot of people remember it now, if you see it, only because they were not ready to show me in my full blossom phase.
Yeah.
And I was always, listen, I'm telling you, I never had like a completely very low phase. I was in fact even depressed clinically. But the thing is that I came out and bounced back.
Yeah.
You know, but the thing is that I'm not going to throw my pity party and stuff. And when I was on television, I used to kill all the tasks.
Yeah.
Yes, 1-2 tasks I didn't do, and that's when, you know, like Bigg Boss only said that nominate, because then otherwise, you know, Sushant will go to the end. Because nobody's nominating Sushant.
Yeah.
Because Sushant is sitting aside.
Yeah.
You know, this is not involved in any fight. I'm solving the fights.
Yeah.
Like on the weekends, I used to be told, yaar, aap galat show mein, aapko Aastha channel pe jana chahiye. Who says like this? Who speaks? But my thing is, why? For being honest, for being... So I thought that, you know, back then, I thought it was okay. It was a little like... I was confused. Maybe I was on the wrong season. I do believe. Because today I see a lot of genuinely nice people getting their limelight on a show like this. They'll also be the ones that will be like, all right, you know, if you sit like that and the sofa turns a little towards you, or if you breathe towards me and I'm not in a mood, I'll start fighting with you.
Yeah.
Right now, it's become that.
Yeah.
Like you drink from somebody else's cup today, they'll be like, tu mere cup se piya, tu kaise piya?
Yeah.
Main tere ko nominate karegi aaj. It's like that now.
No, we just interviewed Urfi, and it was a delight. Like I was.
She was also on Bigg Boss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She was on Bigg Boss, and she's so like real and gutsy.
I love her.
Even I love her. Exactly.
I love her. In fact, I was, you know, there was so much hate coming towards her and stuff like that. Again, it shows, you know, you see, she's become now, of course, she's transcended. She doesn't
care.
Yeah.
She's beyond.
And I love that. But the thing is, what I love about her most is that she's aware of what people are saying. Okay? And yes, it might hurt. She's human.
Yeah.
But what it shows us is the inconsistencies and incompetence of the person commenting badly on her. You know, when you're a woman, she might be a woman and do what she wants, but as a woman, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You are breaking down another woman. Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah. I mean, it happens.
And you want to go and shout feminism. Yeah. It's so easy for the men to break you all down.
Women only. I remember this one woman commented on, I think it was, I forget which platform, on Urfi's interview, saying Humans of Bombay has lost its standard. And I obviously don't engage in comments, but in my head I was like, we're operating on a standard you don't understand.
No, but I would say that, you know, Humans of Bombay may or may not have lost the standards. But what about the humans who are in Bombay? What are you doing to uplift society?
Yeah. So, let's
drop. So what about the humans in Bombay?
Let's discuss them.
Yeah. Let's talk about you.
Let's talk about
not
you.
Men or women, humans. What are you doing, like, for society? Like, really, what? At least, you know, tomorrow, you know, when I was so happy yesterday, I handed out 80 degrees.
Oh, wow.
To the graduates of the master's degree course in Mumbai University. Okay, I was so happy to see so many queer people getting degrees and know that they're going to get jobs.
Yeah.
You know, and they're going to get really good jobs because they've done double masters.
Yeah.
In, you know, the University of Mumbai. What are you doing?
Commenting.
Go and I'll pay for you to study. We'll have you educated. Please be productive. You're the generation that people are relying on. Na?
Yeah.
Like our parents are relying on us. Na?
Yeah.
Do na.
Do something.
Do something.
With your time.
Yeah. You can still comment. They'll still comment. But my thing is, you make as much sense. There will always be someone to say that, ye to bhai, ye isme kuch. You know, but why you being Daya from CID? ना मेरे में जो भी गड़बड़ है वो देख लेंगे मेरे और मेरे परवरदिगार के बीच में है ना मेरे भगवान के बीच तू क्यों आ रहा है? Who's made you the Chitragupta? Why you have to be in the center?
They must.
They have to be.
They have to.
Let them be. Chalo.
Let them. It's okay.
Okay. That's what I think Urfi also says.
Yeah. She's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I love it.
And then obviously we have moved on to your singing career with Saregamapa. And you know, you've had these experiences with reality shows and been really like, you know, like all guns blazing because you've always been who you are. How do you think it's shaped, you know, the entire journey? Even from a singing lens, from a from I'm at 23, I'm at Bigg Boss, I'm representing a much larger cause, and here, what does it do? What has it done for you?
I'll be honest. Even with Bigg Boss, however much fun we have and say, no, I accept completely that for them also, yes, there was always a diversity card they used to play every season, that there used to be one person from the community.
Oh, really? Okay.
Every season there was one person from the community. But now I do think that, when people started, I think, smelling that there is something fishy, because why only one person?
Just because diversity.
Yeah, so to tick that, right? So then I started figuring that you have to have more people from the community, because you'll see the community dynamics, and that's what, then I think in one of the seasons they did that. But for us, when I was on Bigg Boss, the win for us as a community was someone who's young, someone who is confident in themselves at that age. You don't have to be in your 50s or 40s to fully acknowledge yourself. That's what gave the youth, the LGBT youth, that power to express themselves. So for that, I really want to thank Bigg Boss.
Bigg Boss.
For everything else, congratulations on the winner you all chose. And good luck for the future. So 10 years down the line, I would just like to say that having done that and then transcended to actually showing my art.
Yeah, like your skill.
Through Saregamapa, which no other drag queen had done in the mainstream.
Yeah.
Had made people understand what is drag. And what is drag in an Indian context.
Correct.
Not in a Western concept. Like, see, of course, I'm also a product of a RuPaul show.
Yeah.
Because RuPaul is killing it. There's no denying that. But RuPaul's Drag Race shows you a particular type of drag.
Right.
Which is, probably drag in the Western context. But what about have you seen our brides?
Yeah.
That for me is drag. Okay? They have the most stunning makeup, hair, outfits, their lehengas by themselves. Even the most humble family will make their brides and their daughters look like goddesses on the wedding day, right?
Yeah.
That is our culture. Why must we ape Western culture when it comes to drag? Right?
Correct.
So, मेरे हिसाब से अगर कोई अभी छोटे शहरों में drag करते हैं, their drag is very beautiful. But it's not considered drag. ये drag नहीं है, cross dressing बोलते हैं. नहीं, that is their drag. वो उनकी आर्ट, उनकी कला है.
Correct.
जैसे वो अपनी आंखों को ये करते हैं, the way they do it, the way they do the bindis, the way they do their sindoor, the मांग टीका, the pasa, that is their drag. You cannot say ये drag सही है और ये drag गलत है.
There's no right or wrong in this field.
And that's what I could show to the larger audience through Saregamapa, where I said that I can sing a cabaret song, I can sing a love song, I can sing a semi-classical song, I can sing a folk song in Hindi, I can sing rock, jazz, hip-hop, a lot of genres, and in multiple languages.
And you're on full display. Like, this is me, this is my skill, this is my art.
Exactly. And on one of the oldest reality shows in the world.
Wild.
And the most serious singing show. It was a serious singing show. Have you seen some of the contestants? 16, 17-year-old kids.
Beautiful voices.
What they sang. I knew for a fact that I'm probably not winning this. But I was just there because I was representing a larger cause. That's what I liked.
Yeah.
I knew vocally that those girls who were there, those 16, 18-year-old girls and boys, they were stunning, phenomenal. So I'm not delusional. कि नहीं हमें ही जीतना है. वो शो तो मुझे पता ही था कि हम नहीं जीतेंगे.
But हम
जाएंगे क्योंकि हमको देख के लोगों के दिमागों में ये बैठ जाएगा कि we are not only frivolous. ये कि हम सिर्फ ऐसे बकवास कंटेंट बनाएंगे, या फिर ऐसे जो हमारे स्टीरियोटाइप्स बने थे ना, that you will only keep do this, hello darling. ये पूरे इंटरव्यू में मैंने किया ऐसे. तो हम भी तो यही, like even I'm drinking normal coffee only ना, like you. इसमें कुछ मिलाया नहीं है मैंने कि मैं ऐसे इतना हिलूं जो हमको दिखाया गया है.
Yeah.
जैसे so my thing is that आप अगर हमें अच्छे पोर्ट्रेयल्स नहीं करेंगे हमारे मेन स्ट्रीम सिनेमा में, बॉलीवुड में, चाहे इंडियन सिनेमा में, जितनी सारी रीजनल लैंग्वेजेस में, अगर इफ यू डोंट शो अस इन अ गुड लाइट, हाउ डू यू एक्सपेक्ट दैट द पीपल are going to change their perspective about us?
100%.
So that's why I went on a show like this, which is a singing show. Now if I'm singing रास्ते में कहीं रह गए हम नशी, तुम कहाँ मैं यहाँ, इसके लिए भी रियाज चाहिए ना. ये भी तो एक कला है. ये भी एक ये होती है कि आप हमें हमारे लिंग और लैंगिकता के अलावा हमारी कलाकारी को पहचानिए. ये देखिए, ये भी देखिए. You look at this also.
And I don't know how many people could do what you just did. So appreciate
exactly
that. Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
So when I'm standing and sitting in front of someone as iconic as Udit Narayan ji, who's one of our Bappi Lahiri ji, Bappi da, the first episode is telling me that I have never seen a performer like you.
Wow.
To me, regardless of my gender. And he's like, I have never seen anybody change so this. Bappi da is saying this to you.
It's relevant. It matters. These things matter. Of course. At that stage, at that.
And I just think that, and the judges, like, someone like a Shekhar sir, and, the late Wajid sir, and Sona ma'am, and Richa ma'am, who are, powerhouse performers and artists in our industry. ये इतने दिग्गजों के सामने अगर हम आके हम भी हमारी कला दिखाने की हमको भी हक होनी चाहिए ना. In the same way that any person, when you show, in these reality shows that they show, sometimes I also feel like अगर हमने गलत गाया है, अगर हमारे सुर हिले हैं, तो आप हमें उस हिसाब से हमको बोलें, और आप हमें गा के दिखाएं. हमको आप सुधारें, हमारे सुरों को सुधारें, हमारे जो स्टेज प्रेजेंस है उसको आप इम्प्रूव करें. That is, please tell us.
Constructive criticism.
It's very beautiful. We need that. Not that, मैं यहाँ से आई हूँ और मैं, अरे पर तुम गाओ ना. ये गाने का शो है ना, तू गा ना. मैं जहां से भी आई है, मैं बस्ती से आई होगी, बट मेरा क्या है कि अगर मैंने अभी तुम जहां से भी, बहन तू जहां से भी आई है, बट तू बेसुर है, तो वो तो है ना. अभी करेक्ट. अभी why I was in the bottom in this thing in the final when I left in the semi-finals is because I sang badly. It's not because where I came from or who I am. मैंने गलत गाया, तो उसके लिए मेरे को eliminate हुई ना मैं. Fair. ये उसमें मैंने बहुत कठिन हो गया. अरे भैया तुम जाके रियाज करो ना पहले. ये सब ठीक है. You tell your story. Nobody is denying you your reality.
Yeah.
But on a show which is meant to sing, you sing. Let the art be the winner.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
This is what I've seen that, it's a little disappearing a little bit here and there. It's coming in spurts now. But I just think that on that show, when of course they told my story, but I also kind of followed it up with song.
It was not just like, oh, I'm here because I'm part of this community.
Yes.
I have talent.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when I was not singing well, they were pulling me up.
Which is fair.
Which is beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm like, that means it's a fair competition.
It's equality.
And I was very happy when I was in the bottom because I didn't want that other girl to go.
Yeah.
Because she sang beautiful. She sang much better than me.
Yeah.
So if I would have been, उन्होंने अगर मुझे रखा होता ना, मुझे बुरा लगा होता उसके लिए.
Correct.
Then I would be like, यार उसने तो अच्छा
गाया. It's a wrong reason.
तो मेरे को तो सिर्फ आपने TRP के लिए रखा ना. They did not.
Yeah.
They removed me when I sang badly and I was very happy. I was like, ये show scripted नहीं है. ये show scripted नहीं है. I was very happy about it. So.
Yeah. And there have been so many highlights in your life, but was one of the biggest when you saw your picture up on a billboard in New York City?
On the second biggest billboard?
On the second biggest billboard, please.
Of course.
Yeah.
See, because I'll tell you, if my parents would have not, that is a billboard in Times Square.
In Times Square.
But even a billboard here, outside Juhu Beach, if my parents would not have accepted me and given me the love, I would not be on the billboard, I would be below it, begging.
Yeah.
So see the dichotomy of when your parents give you that love, you could either be on that or below it, selling yourself for a meal. You see, a lot of my sisters you'll see around Mumbai, they'll stand under those billboards. You think they are not capable of being there? All of us are. But we've not been given that opportunity to shine and be our best selves. And I do think, and this is my plea to every parent that is watching, please don't, disown your kids. Don't disown your kids for what people, log kya kahenge, logon ko log bhaad mein jaye. You respect the fact that that is your child. ये मेरी संतान है ये जैसे भी है, ये मेरी संतान है. That is when you will see a more equitable environment for everybody to blossom. Everybody will automatically become productive. तुम्हारा mental health का, of course my counseling friends and my psychologist friends will fire me, but this is how you will change and you will improve mental health largely on a large this thing.
Platform, scale.
Large scale. Because what you're doing is you're creating a more systemic change. How? Because of these institutions like family, school, college, peer groups, these are the foundations now of a child. These are the first few institutions. Then your workplace, then your whatever else you want, marriage and all that comes later. These are the social institutions. Family is the first institution. अगर वहीं पर एक बच्चे को बोला जाता है तुम गलत हो, तुम ये हो, तुम वो हो, तुम you're good for nothing, good. आपने अगर अपने संतान को ऐसे बोला है तो फिर लोग तो बोलेंगे ही ना. बट अगर आप उसको अपनाओगे, and I saw this on the streets when my mother walks with me and holds my hand, when she accepts me as her child, regardless of whatever else, automatically I see people's gaze changing. Automatically people see me with respect. Because I'm living in a family unit. And I'm living in a place where, अरे यार, ये तो अपने माँ बाप के साथ रहते हैं. We should change the way we are looking at them.
Exactly. The lens needs to change.
And that's why I think that the parents have to start. It starts from the parents.
Yeah. Okay, and now let's talk about romantic love. You mentioned in the beginning. You get that reaction. Romantic love. You mentioned in the beginning that you don't want to get married. You verdict aside, personal choice, you don't want to get married.
Yeah. I do think that there should be equal marriages, but
yeah, of course, 100%. But that's very clear.
I personally think that.
Yeah, so on a personal level,
even Aditi is nodding her head, being like, because she's just like, girl, no, your mom's gonna watch this. Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Why? How have you arrived at this? Great decision, but how have you arrived here?
I just think that to feel complete, I have to still understand so many aspects of myself. I don't have time, and I just think that, yes, you may call me selfish or whatever, and so why not? Why not? I will be selfish. See, now what I don't like is when you are a certain way and you expect people to be like that. You know what, my friends from within the community, old friends, 20 years old and 15-year-old friendships we have. Now you have a new home, you have this, you're this and that way. Now the only thing you're missing is a good husband. To do what? To place him here and take a picture and hang it here? For what? I have so much to do in my own life that I don't mind, may not have time to give him, yeah. But that's my thought process. I want to travel the world alone. I want to see, I want to experience, not with someone and, holding the camera like that. No, I want my features to fucking shine. I need my outfit to be completely shown. I need to live that moment alone. But I think that's my choice. Yeah. But my thing is that it's not like, because of this whole stupid fantasy that some films showed us in the 90s and made us believe that, वो खेतों से आएंगे कोई, आपको ऐसा उठा के लेके जाएंगे, balls. एक तो वो तुम्हारा दुपट्टा उसमें अटका कैसा नहीं बहन? हम लोग इधर जाते हैं सब्जी खरीदने, तो it gets stuck in everything. तुम्हारा तो किसमें अटका, तुम्हारे बाल इतने ऐसे कैसे रहते हैं यार? इस ह्यूमिडिटी में, बम्बई की ह्यूमिडिटी में कैसे रहती है तू इतनी सुंदर? इतना फेक क्यों दिखाने का ना, रोमांटिसाइज क्यों करने का रोमांस को? My romance could be with a man, but it could be on a level which is more than just this. It could be companionship, but I don't want you all the time around me.
Yeah.
In my space.
Yeah.
I just like to, मैं फैल के सोती हूँ. तो तेरे को तो लाते पड़ेंगी. You know, you'll be on the floor. You know, my just thing is, I'm just like such basic things. And it's not about adjust करना. क्यों adjust करूँ? इसीलिए मैंने 3 BHK लिया है ना. मेरे को नहीं करने का adjust. एक दो तो कमरे मेरे जूतों में ही जाते हैं. मेरे को क्या एडजस्ट कर, मैंने बड़ा घर लिया इसीलिए.
That's important. Yeah.
And then you're saying that नहीं पति भी होना चाहिए इस घर में. पागल है क्या? क्यों?
It's not furniture.
Yeah, and also like why have you made it look like the husband has to have so much pressure? Find a rich guy. Why? I can be the rich guy.
Yeah.
If I want to.
Yeah, exactly.
And I will be, and I am. You know, I will work for that.
Yeah.
Why do you have to have इतना प्रेशर मर्दों पे? मर्द घर चलाएगा, औरत किचन चलाएगी. क्यों? तेरे हाथ पैर नहीं चलते, तेरे को भूख नहीं लगती है. बना अंडा, बना ऑमलेट.
God.
And why must a woman not work? Yeah. So my thing is that I just think that all these stupid notions that people have is that, you know, and then, you know, also women को घूंघट में होना चाहिए, लाज शर्म होनी चाहिए. और आदमी भैया आपने देखे उन्हीं के पति गंजी में ऐसे पेट खजा रहे हैं रास्ते पे, you know, कच्चा ऐसा ठीक कर रहे हैं. ये सब चलता है आपको भी दुपट्टे में होना चाहिए.
That's appropriate.
You should be in a dupatta also. In fact. And let that poor pretty girl breathe air, you know, fresh air. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
My thing is that, you know, even in my this thing, that, you know, if when we have the chunni and then the reveal, when we say in reveal, why we do the reveal is that it's a political statement in drag. When we do that and we do drag, Indian drag, when I do Indian drag, is when I do that and I remove the veil. It's that you cannot silence us anymore. Yeah. You know, we are removing that layer of that you have put between you and us as a transgender community. We are removing that and saying, talk to us.
Yeah.
Look at us. We don't want to hide our face.
Correct.
We want you to see us. Yeah. We want you to see that this is also a reality. That's why the veil is going off. Yeah. So allow women to blossom, allow men to blossom, allow transgender people, allow people to blossom. Yeah. Yeah. You know, let them be people first. And then you can be whatever you want to be. Male, female, Hindu, Muslim, that will come later. Yeah. You be human first. Correct. And then you sit like how we're having a conversation. Yeah. You know, absolutely. And how we're getting to know about what you know, what are your pet peeves.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah. And so I'm also getting to know now. But if somebody doesn't talk to us, only how they'll know.
Yeah, exactly. And what's next for you? What all do you want to do? Let's talk about that.
Well, and coming to the romance thing, it's again, I will be there for a little bit. I would like to thank all the men that have contributed to my glowing skin and my mental health by just being very supportive, if you know what I mean. You know, and I would just like to say that it's not just one man I can thank. It's a group effort, and I would like to thank them.
Amazing. Fantastic.
Yes.
I think they're going to receive this message very well.
Of course, I will send it to them myself. The new share option on Insta.
And what next?
And next, I was just like going to be like, she's asking me who's next. I'm happy with I'm happy with, they serve my purpose also. And then, you know, we have like this whole thing where they're giving me very soft boy era is happening, but I'm just like, they've crossed it. Technically, they should have crossed it, but I'm just like, no. I like a 40-year-old guy who's, you know, comfortable with himself and knows what he's doing and also not married.
Yeah, let's
Because why? Because तुम्हारा clock टिके जा रहा है. तुमसे कोई शादी नहीं कर, तुम तो बुढ़े हो गए. तुम्हारे तो बाल सफेद होने लगे हैं. तुमसे कोई शादी नहीं करेगा. So, and he's like, ठीक है, अच्छा है.
Give it to me, like, lay it on.
So I'm just like, yeah. And then, you know, you get to, I just think that, why do you think that, why is everybody supposed to be the same?
Yeah.
You know, like, what, have you, of course, Sex and the City is a very absurd example, but have you not seen Kim Cattrall's character as Samantha?
Wow.
Like, have you, like, why
I love her. My favorite character.
And we also had one very Indian version of it in the 90s called Kitty Party. Have you seen it? It was quite, I liked it. It had Achint Kaur and all, some great actresses. So even in that, like, there were characters where they were just like Dude, even the Golden Girls and all,
Yeah.
they were all these single women who were like, killing it in life.
Yeah.
And staying together, living together. But some of us are like that.
Yeah.
And why should we adhere to a patriarchal institution anyway? Some of us that don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to take my husband's surname if I ever have one.
Yeah.
I don't want to take, I made a nice name for myself. Yeah, Rani KoHEnur is a fantastic name. Usse aage kya? Rani KoHEnur Chabra. Sharma Divgikar. Nahi chahiye.
I'm good.
I'm fine, honey. The
Yeah.
way I am. KoHEnur ki, bas. Full stop, 3 exclamation marks. बाप पे जाना नहीं. That type of thing. मैं तेरे बाप पे क्यों जाऊं और क्यों लूं तेरे बाप का नाम?
Oh my god, this conversation is hilarious. I think you should just talk. Forget the questions.
I think it's just beautiful that you just asked me and I had to just complete it and tell you what my scenario is. I'm very comfortable
You look
with...
it.
Yeah, I'm very comfortable with...
Your situation.
Situationship.
Situationship.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then you had asked me what's next.
Then what next?
Yeah.
So what?
I remember.
Yeah. You asking me the question, I'm asking you.
Who's next?
Who's next?
Who's
I
next?
never said who's next.
I mean, my next... मेरा एक भी ये जो एक फिल्म आने वाला था, it's gone again back on the editing table, and so now we have to shoot something again in now in 4 days. So yeah, my first film is coming.
Wow, excited.
Yes, and I'm so excited that I will also be debuting as a playback singer.
Wow.
In this year, and I will be debuting on the OTT platforms as an actress.
That is phenomenal. We are being very fabulous.
Yes, we are being very, we have decided that we are going to live our best lives.
Yeah.
Whether people like it, they don't like it, they should be empowered. I do believe that everybody should be allowed to live their best life.
Another iconic moment, you are representing India at RuPaul's Drag Con. How does it feel for the 3rd time? So it's fantastic, and you're going to do this massive tour of LA, be fabulous. So please talk to us about that.
So yes, I am representing India and Indian drag.
Wow.
As Rani KoHEnur for the 3rd time. The first 2 times I was just like a little... the first time was last year in LA, then it was in London this year in the beginning, and this is the 3rd time. So of course, I will be staying true to my authentic self and my roots in India. So of course, the outfit is also very Indian, and it's got elements of of the sari, and because it's never too late to say sorry. It's never. Sari is a classic.
Of course.
So I do think that, that's going to be there. And then, and I will be singing for my audiences. And to even be in the same room as RuPaul is just crazy. It's crazy to another extent because RuPaul is iconic Max Pro.
Pro, Max, Ultra, everything.
So yeah, and then after that, I'm going to New York. I will be speaking at the...
I love New York.
Yeah, and it's to speak at the Asia Society Symposium about gender rights and, transgender rights and equality.
Wow.
So yeah, and then I'll be back.
And then you'll be back.
Yes.
That's amazing. I'm so excited to see your looks. I can imagine them being very stunning and very unique.
Well, they're still in the process because I have another 10 days. I have to make the haste in that process. I'm scared.
It'll happen. We're going to go into our next segment, which is things about you we have not found on Google.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Good you've not found. No.
But now we will find.
Nobody should get my phone, my God.
Okay, who's your go-to person?
My mom.
A song you're currently jamming to.
हवा में उड़ता जाए दुपट्टा मेरा. It's from the Fame Game series.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Madhuri Dixit and Sunidhi is the singer. Sunidhi Chauhan.
She's amazing.
Amazing.
Your favorite queer icon?
I would say today it is and today and every day it is Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi, Ashok Rao Kavi and Harish Iyer. There's a lot. But all the Indian, people that have really laid the foundation.
What can you leave your house without?
What can't I leave my house without? My footwear.
we have space now for these footwear.
Yeah, yes, we do, girl. They have their own room.
A makeup product you swear by.
This no transfer lipstick. My God, I'm telling you, I was on a date the other day. It did not transfer.
Oh, it did.
It did not.
Okay, now I'm gonna go buy it. I'm gonna buy it.
I will give you one. Why
Oh,
you
yeah?
go and buy it? Choose whichever you want.
Okay.
All those PR packages, come go and take.
Saturday night out or in?
Saturday night in. Because my knees, I'm 32, but my knees are ancient.
Okay.
And my back is 85. My knees,
So then
they're
you'll
about
be
100.
indoors.
Yeah, indoors.
If there was a book written on your life, what would the title be?
NamaSLAY.
Wow. Okay. You should write it.
No, I
You
do
should
think
write
so.
it. A place in Bombay where you feel most at home?
I think my parents' house, my parents' home, where I was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing on your bucket list that you want to tick off?
I don't think I can say it on camera. Yeah, it's very A-rated.
Tell me later.
I will. And I will also tell you the names of who.
And
Oh
when.
God, they. Hi. Dekho.
I think you should say.
No,
No,
it's
no.
okay. Yeah, why not actually? I mean, I've always been interested in what a threesome would feel like.
Okay.
But also I get scared. It'll be very confusing कि कौन क्या कर रहा है? ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए वो ऐसे डांडे खेलते हैं ऐसे. So I'm just like क्या हो रहा है? I don't want to feel left out. You know what I'm saying? I want my attention.
Yeah.
I want my time. So ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि. And then अगर दोनों मतलब, you know. So I'll just be like, मैं क्या करूँ? Yeah, that is my bucket list.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know whether that bucket should not be
No.
filled or I don't know what.
See,
I
bring
don't
it.
know. Well, let's see. I'll have to keep security outside just in case.
Your celebrity crush.
I'll just say Aditya Roy Kapoor because he's so hot. He's so hot. He's very
Many
hot.
people will resonate.
Yeah, he's very hot. There's no, you can't say it any other way. He's so handsome. He's so strapping.
Yeah, did you see him in Night Manager?
Yeah. I was at an awards function where I was trying not to be like, I was behaving like I'm not checking him out. And I actually then ended up not even looking his way because I was just like, I don't want to make this awkward.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just handsome.
They're good to look at.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have a few photos that we're going to show you, and you have to tell us the backstory of what was going on.
Oh God, please, are you going to put this up?
We'll put it in a small
This
bubble.
is like from another
Era.
yeah.
The caterpillar.
Yeah, that's my wonderful dad, by the way.
So sweet.
That is my wonderful dad, and this is when I still identified as identified as a man. Boy. How is that a man?
But?
Yeah, but this was at the Mumbai Pride Parade, which happens at August Kranti Maidan, and this was in 2013. What you just showed me, 10 years back.
Wow.
When I had just won Mr. Gay India. Oh, this is when I won the arts and this in the first Indian to win an international award at this pageant.
Wow.
Was me.
One of
with
your
this.
highlights?
Yeah. Because I created a world record now because I won 4 titles.
Wow.
So I won sports round. Because she was a national level swimmer, honey. Oh, this was amazing. This was at the opening of the first ever transgender clinic in India, in Hyderabad. And
Yeah, I love your outfit and the shoes.
Thank you. We must tell you that all the people in this except Nikki is my agent, my manager. Everybody else is a transgender person. This is a trans man who's a counselor. These are the doctors.
Wow.
They're transgender doctors. They are the transgender professionals in the finance department, and she's the coordinator for Hyderabad and Telangana for trans empowerment.
Wow.
So this is, you see, we
It's
can
iconic.
be doctors, we
Yeah,
can be
it's
counselors, all of that, and it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and that is Prema Ma, who was of course, from sex work to here to healthcare.
Yeah.
So because she wants to spread the message that healthcare is important for everybody, and whether you're a sex worker or you work in healthcare yourself, she's now trains girls and she makes them understand the importance of safe sex. And whether you see, because some people, you can't be moral police and say don't do sex work. You don't know what they're going through.
Exactly.
So she is the one who goes and explains to them what is the importance of sex work. And so it was my pleasure to be there and open this clinic for them with the John Hopkins University.
It's fantastic. It's a moment.
It's a moment, darling. Yes.
We have come to the end, but I'm really sad. So why don't you end with, tell me about what are your thoughts on where we're going as a society, and what advice would you give people to just, like, life advice?
I just think that this whole idea of when you don't understand something or you don't resonate with something, that you want to cancel it. Let me tell you that nobody is worthy of that. If you don't understand. Of course, if it's just illegal to do something, and if it is just maniacal to, go on committing crimes. And what constitutes as a crime is when you harm somebody else, or, you invade someone's privacy or private life, or, defame someone, all those things, murder, rape. Yes, this is all, of course, should be condemned. There should be no, in my books, no. But when you don't understand a community or a type of people, a community of people, a sub-community of people, I think it is your duty then, if you want to sit there and have that conversation, to understand it. Yeah. If you don't want to understand it, it's also a choice. But don't stay there, be toxic, because that's when we're going like this. Because everybody's going to fight everyone. You don't have to have borders then. Let anyone, anyway, we're killing each other. Why do you have to be on the borders and waste our soldiers' time? When you yourself, you see the way people troll each other and speak how ill about each other. It's just like, how do you even wake up knowing that the next day, knowing that you said something so bad about someone?
It's nasty.
It's so nasty. And then you want to talk about mental health? Where are we going? So I would like to ask people, where do you want to go? It's the steering wheel is in your hand. You can go this way, you can go that way, you can go this way, and you can go there also. So I do think that, it should be only upwards and onwards. But I'm a realist, and I do think that if we don't change certain aspects about us, we're going to go, we're going down. We are going down, sis. And not in the good way. Not in the good way.
Fantastic. It was so much fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I can't wait to have a behind the scenes chat about.
And I can't tell you
a lot more
what magic I will reveal to you when I give you the lipstick.
How exciting. Yes. How exciting. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yay!
NamaSLAY.
If you like this episode, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon. Thank you all for being the best community, and I'll see you soon.